Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Football Therapy with me, your host Jan. How you all doing? You're doing well, that's good to hear. Right now, hopefully you can tell, I'm going to look down the lens. I've got a new camera. It looks way better than my phone, although my phone was pretty good. The one issue is I was using a lapel mic before where I clipped on, and it really helped out the audio a lot. But this camera doesn't have a mic input and I can't do a wireless option. So, as most of you know, I've got a music studio, sort of makeshift music studio, and I've got loads of music production mics and stuff. So, I'm going to start doing videos where perhaps I sit down at a desk and I use one of my studio mics and sync it all up in the software. Something like that, but I'm pretty pleased with the new camera. It's fucking hot in here, dude, Jesus Christ. And yeah, so hopefully the quality should get better, I'm gonna do some new edits, stats, analysis, videos, all that kind of jazz with the new camera. So hopefully you're digging the quality, you viewer. Anyway, this is an episode of Football Therapy, so let's talk about some football. Yeah, the big news really still is the saga with Maurizio Sarri and his Chelsea exit and the potential and looking highly likely appointment of Frank Lampard, which I've always maintained the same sort of perspective on this, how I feel like he could be an excellent coach. I'm talking really good. People around football, journalists and people who work in football who've come across him or observed him in his managerial state, everyone kind of says that there's something special about Frank Lampard in terms of his potential to be an excellent coach, which is great, and no Chelsea fan would not want him to be a successful coach at Chelsea at one point. Having said that, you look at the tangible facts and it does seem a little bit dumb in the sense of he just hasn't got the experience. The argument, I've done a video on this, and if you haven't seen it, I suggest you go and watch it. I call it the prosecution and defence of Frank Lampard. I'm pretty sure I called it that. Anyway, that's what the video was about, so go back and watch that now or after the video or whenever you like. So the sort of case for Frank is that Chelsea are deciding to swallow and endure the transfer ban, right? Which is I think a long time Chelsea knew they were just going to serve this, right? I feel like they didn't want to freeze it, or attempt to freeze it apparently, because maybe there's a ramification of an extension of the ban. But they are appealing it. They're going through some systemic obligation where they appeal the general decision. Maybe there's no risk of anything bad happening by doing that. But I feel like for a long time Chelsea have known that they're going to serve this ban, and the Pulisic signing for me was testament to that assumption. Getting a player that arrives in the summer and it just looks like they were setting up and getting ready. They obviously knew Hazard was likely to go, he's gone. So I feel like the Morris and Frank, the case for them is they'll implement the youth, they'll allow a grace period with the fans, but the fans won't turn on him. But despite all that seeming perfect, it does feel like you're wasting Frank Lampard, or you're wasting the opportunity to give Frank the best chance of success, and that comes in two sectors. The first sector being Frank has experience, managerial experience, which he doesn't really have. He's had a mini journey with Derby, right? But it's not really enough for me. And the second being Chelsea are properly prepared for his arrival, offering him the best chance of success. And Chelsea are a bit of a shit show at the moment, right? So for me, those two together aren't on the side of success for Frank. But saying that, it does look like it's going to happen, right? So I want Frank Lampard to succeed. So every Chelsea fan, and I think football fans, I think Frank's quite a likeable guy, well respected within the game. He's captained Chelsea, England, he's won everything. So he's an intelligent chap. So it'll be incredibly exciting to see him on the sidelines at the Bridge. But whether it's the right idea or the right decision, who knows? The alternatives, people are looking at Laurent Blanc, which is so uninspiring. Allegri's confirmed he's taking a sabbatical. Simeone, I don't think would ever leave. Simeone's the third highest paid manager in the world. You wouldn't think Atletico would have done that, but it just shows you how much power in Atletico Madrid that he's actually got. Anyway, to be honest, again, it would be another like defensive appointment by Chelsea. So there's that. The two maybe suitable, exciting appointments would be Jardim, who was mentioned like a year ago. You know, he's brought through Mbappe, Martial. He's good at working with young, exciting players. He's won a league title against all odds, so that's good. And then obviously Ten Hag is the sort of vogue name, and obviously great European campaign with Ajax. They've won the domestic league. He speaks English. He's good with working with young players. His style of football is not too dissimilar to Sarri's style of football. So if he's happy to work with young players and play a similar style of football, it kind of really suited him slotting in, you know. But would he leave Ajax for a temporary role at Chelsea? You know, might be good for the CV, earn a load of money, you know, Chelsea would pay him a lot. So for me, that was the one, while perhaps Frank got ready, prepared, but it's looking more and more likely that Frank and Jody Morris are coming in, which, you know, is both exciting and terrifying. So we'll see what happens. It'll be really interesting to see how he plays tactically and his approach to the football he plays at Chelsea. I feel like he will play risk-taking football. Again, this is all stuff I've discussed on that sort of analysis breakdown video that I spent a lot of time editing, so I'd urge you to go and watch it. So yeah, with Frank, that's pretty much it. I'm excited to see what happens with him. A word on Eden Hazard, signed for Real Madrid, did his presentation. I'm a Chelsea fan, so watching it was, I was it was difficult. I actually quite enjoyed it in like some sort of weird, sadistic way. Like, it was kind of nice seeing him on this really big, serious day. He was pissing about with his brothers on stage, like being silly, like taking the mick out of Torgan and Killian, and he's just so chill. And he said some really nice stuff actually on his first press conference for Madrid. As a Chelsea fan, it was nice to see he's not fluent in Spanish for some reason. He actually doesn't speak any Spanish, which shows you he was dedicated to Chelsea until the end. But we saw that through his performances and how he won, you know, how he won the trophy with Chelsea. But he said some nice stuff about how he doesn't regret leaving Chelsea earlier. You know, he's happy he stayed for as long as he did. He feels like it's the perfect time. And also that you know, he was getting emotional watching the Chelsea videos on the TV and stuff, so it was nice. He showed the right amount of respect to his previous club and showed the right amount of ambition for his new club, Madrid. And you know, he asked some questions about the Ballon d'Or and the shirt number, and he took it all pretty gracefully, which is nice. You need some gin while having football therapy. So yeah, Hazard at Madrid. It's a really it's gonna be really interesting seeing him play for them and where he'll slot. I mean, he'll slot in on the left and play as number 10 for Zidane because, you know, huge admirers of each other, and he'll pretty much, I think, allow Hazard to play where he excels. So, you know, that's gonna be that. And other football news stuff. I mean, to be honest, today I just wanted to kind of talk about Chelsea stuff. Because, you know, I mean, I will do more in-depth analysis videos, but I did want to sort of keep it Chelsea because I've been looking at the news and I've been reading what the Chelsea fans have been saying and stuff. And man, if Lampard does come in, there's that sort of romantic view of the starting 11 being, you know, a scoring Tammy Abraham with Ruben and Mount behind him, and he's flanked by Christian Pulisic and Hudson-Odoi. And as it stands, that doesn't sound like, I mean, obviously Ruben's proven himself to be a top tier player in terms of ability, but you know, and with those other names I've just mentioned, you can add people like Reece James at right back. So much potential, but they're not like Galactico level quality. But I was having a discussion with someone about how Chelsea's sort of greatest players, or certainly the vast majority of Chelsea's greatest players, became great at Chelsea. We bought people like, you know, Falcao and Higuain. I don't want to talk about failed strikers, or even Morata actually. We bought a lot of failed strikers. But the Galactico names we've bought, often, maybe Bakayoko, bless him, it's not quite the same, have not lived up to the name or the price tag. The truly great players became great at Chelsea, and then their sort of value was recognised. So, you know, having like the Chelsea Academy, that these youths are very, very talented, these kids, and they do have a high ceiling. It's just being, I think the club's scared of maybe the sort of marketing damage. You see a touch of the Man Uniteds in that they want the big names, the marketability, the brand exposure, and you don't get that with a bunch of kids. I mean, Chelsea, ever since 2012, quite rightly thought highly of themselves. Like, Chelsea are the most successful English team in the 21st century in terms of major trophies won. They want to like uphold an appearance, and not obviously anywhere near the Real Madrid. They need Galactico names constantly, but just a sort of brand, a top tier brand. But that doesn't always work, as you can see by looking at Man United and some of their signings. Now they've gone for is it Daniel James? His name is, I think it's James from Swansea. Not Swansea. It was Swansea. That kid, the Welsh kid, the sort of inverted forward. 15 million. To be honest, like, people are laughing at that. I think that's a smart move. I've seen him play, and that's what, if they're going to go with Solskjaer's dynamic, like, counter-attacking football. Now, I don't personally think Solskjaer's going to be a success at United. I mean, I think he's a nice dude. It would be nice to be proven wrong, but that's a smart move. So these are players we've got on our books already. It brings Zuma back. It's like a £50 million signing. I think I've said that in a previous video. It's in terms of, even if he's not the best centre-back in the world, he's a starting international for France, and there's enough quality there to get excited about. So if Frank comes in, he plays a bit more risky managing in the Champions League straight away. It does seem just fucking mental, doesn't it? Like, he probably won't believe it himself, or Jody, or what's going on. But he could be managing against Real Madrid or Barcelona in the Champions League next season, which is just mind-blowing. His first game would be away at Old Trafford. Saying that, last season he already walked away with the W from Old Trafford with a championship team. So I know that was Jose and stuff, and things were going wrong at the time for United, but still, box office, wouldn't it be? Two ex-players in Solskjaer and Lamps facing off of each other. But I've expressed my concerns about Frank Lampard, guys. You know what? A lot of Chelsea fans watch this channel. I want to get your opinion on, do you share the opinion of me that it's too early and you would have preferred Ten Hag or Jardim, someone to like settle the ship but play the same style of football? Or, well, with the concern that it might be wasting Frank early or damaging his managerial progress? Or do you think, I mean, I'm still excited about it because I can't not be. Do you share that opinion, or do you think it's just a great idea regardless? Comment down below, ask me, and I'm always down in the comments. I love seeing comments on these videos, and if you just want to talk about football, comment a question down below and I'll absolutely answer and we'll get the conversation going. I love all that. So if you want to engage with me, comment on this video and I'll reply. Also, like the video, guys, and if you're watching this and you've watched more videos, or maybe it's your first time here, subscribe to the channel because get all the gear now. If you look at my other videos, I spend a lot of time on production for certain videos, like analysis videos. I do a lot of cutting, editing, research, script writing, so swing by, check out the videos, subscribe. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, guys, new camera, pretty dope. Enjoy the football, and I'll see you later.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.